What's up, 508? Here we are again. Episode number 4. I'm Jamie Silva.
I'm Andrew Cormier.
Ryan Massoud.
And we're here. We're back. Thank you again to Keller Williams, Southwood Tupper, and the Legacy Group, along with our boy Joe Grimaldi, attorney at law. Thank them for using this place again. Like I said last time, if anybody needs any real estate, anything, reach out. We got my man Ryan Massoud here too. He does loans. Anybody needs him, give him a call. See, I'm already hyping you up.
See?
You know.
So
So let's get right into it, guys. This week I think we discuss a little bit what we're gonna go over, and again we try to pick topics that are now, teams that are playing now. I think you guys understand where I'm going with how we try to choose what we do. So first thing I'm going to do is big thing everybody's talking about right now is Jaylen Brown and the ejection and everything that comes with that. Ryan, opinions, what do you think?
So I watched the video today, and I didn't love. Obviously, I didn't love how that went. If you're a Boston fan, it's tough to watch a game of that magnitude and have Jaylen Brown excluded from what looked like he clearly got fouled, shoved. How would you not be frustrated at that point? You take a guy like that out of a game like that when it's a potential championship matchup, it kind of made me question when I saw that. I'm like, all right, so Jason Tatum's back, and now you're kind of treating Brown as he's not a superstar anymore. Like, I didn't love that. It was, he clearly got shoved. Castle fouled him. I don't know what they were looking at, and I think that he had every right to be upset. And it really took what could have been a great game, and they lost by 9, but it really should have been more competitive. I didn't love seeing it that way. I hope that's not a trend to continue.
Right.
I think he had every right to be mad.
All right.
That's just kind of how I felt about it.
That's cool. I might come back to you on that.
Sure.
I want to hear what Andrew has to say.
yeah, it's tough because at first you're like, hey, you have to have a better awareness, and he should, with the amount of time he's been in the NBA, right, of the situation. Right. So
yeah.
we always talk about, and we just coach Little League, right? But we always tell our kids, hey, you know the situation with the umpires, with what's going on in the game, control your emotions, right? And especially at his level, at the pro level, it's the same thing. You have to control your emotions when you're in a game of that magnitude.
Oh, more so,
right?
Yes.
And so, but at the same time, I get his frustration because, especially in the NBA, and you look at the replay, the ref's right there. and you clearly see, the defender's hand on his hip and push him, and he falls out. So it's like, okay, to miss that call in that moment against that team, it's just frustrating. And he kind of talked about it a little bit at the end of the OKC game, how he doesn't what he called foul bait.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was actually geared more towards SGA.
Oh yeah.
But
did you hear the video on the court?
Yeah, I did. So I get his frustration because he's the type of player which I think before this season I would have said I think Tatum's the leader of this team, but after this season I think it's Brown's team.
I might.
They need Tatum. Don't get me wrong. Like, Tatum is talented. They need both of them to win a championship. But I think the emotional driving force of this team, like Jaylen Brown, is that guy.
Oh yeah.
And so
I would agree.
He doesn't play the game to, like he said, foul bait.
Mm-hmm.
He plays hard. He drives the lane. He doesn't try to draw fouls. So in his mind, he's like, he's getting now affected by it. And then the NBA is trying to do this whole anti-rest thing, right?
So that's where I want to get with my end. It's gonna go.
But then you have these referees, and again, it wasn't. This is why Joe Mazzulla is the gift that keeps on giving. When he's like,
what he said.
Yeah,
what did he say?
Did you hear what he said after the game?
Oh, it was so
they asked
funny
about it, and they said about Jaylen Brown getting ejected, and he said, it really makes me respect my my principal for having the guts to throw kids out of school and not the hall monitor. because the guy, it was not worth it.
It was funny. It was just like very simple.
But and that's because the referee who threw him out wasn't even the guy that Jaylen Brown was yelling at.
Other side.
It was the assistant referee behind him.
So, reason why I said I wasn't sure if he was going to mention the part about him, should he have calmed down? And I was going to ask you about that. But my opinion on this whole thing is, again, it's bullshit that they kicked him out. that they threw him out of the game. And why, you touched base on it, and I said I was going to mention it. Now, the NBA is actually changing rules in order to make these guys play more. Where I don't know, you have to play a certain amount of games now to be eligible for awards.
It's like 65 games.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
So they do this, but now because they want your superstars playing in these games. Right? National TV was prime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they do here is, and I'm gonna be, I don't know if this is true, but I'm thinking happened. It could be. So now they throw Jaylen Brown out of this game on, at the very least, a wicked questionable double T. The second technical. First one warranted 100%. Wicked questionable. Now you take a superstar, finals MVP, probably second in the MVP race right now. The ref took him out. So now, how convenient was this? The Celtics sending a message last night, sitting Tatum, by telling the NBA, okay, you don't want Brown last night? Well, Tatum's not playing tonight in another nationally televised game.
Right.
Did the Celtics do that? Maybe. And if they did, good. Joe Mazzulla would do that.
Oh, 100%.
Brad Stevens, I'm not sure.
Interested, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Like, could that have been what happened? Because not only do they play Washington Saturday,
Right.
which,
Much meaningless.
you know what I mean? You could have sat Tatum there easily. So I'm not sure, but it's out there because I think, and you guys could touch base on this real quick. I think Jaylen Brown, this happens to Jaylen Brown because he's not a liked player. He's not friendly with all the other players. He's different. You're playing against him. He doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree. And to circle back, I do agree that as a leader of the team, he should have calmed down in that moment to try to prevent himself from being ejected.
Right.
So I am with you there. And it's funny that you say Jaylen Brown's just not likable. I had a conversation with a friend earlier this week. We compared Jaylen Brown to Anthony Edwards. And he said, "What's the difference, man?" And he was like, "Really? People just kind of like Anthony Edwards, and they just don't like Brown. Because is Anthony Edwards even better than Jaylen Brown? But Anthony Edwards is considered a top 5 player.
Right, always.
And so that's interesting with the Tatum being sat against the Thunder.
I don't know. I mean, could
scheduled rest? But
right.
I mean,
could they
but
have
it's
been?
something too, like you said, the NBA is making rules to make these guys play, and then in a big game, and it's not like this is early in the season. But late in the season, right? Like both of these
Number
teams,
two
the
in their
Spurs and the
conferences.
Celtics are
Number two.
considered to be championship contenders. You want to see how they're going to go full strength, head on. I don't think either team was resting anybody. And you have if the crew chief referee wasn't calling the tee to throw him out of the game, why is the guy who's not even involved doing it? Now you're inserting yourself into the game that you should let them play, tell them to calm down, and just let that decide the game. Because like you said, the Celtics lose by 9, right? And who knows, Jaylen Brown for the next 2.5 quarters could have made up that 9 points. Like
you would think.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. So, that's the debate. Should he have calmed down? Shouldn't he have? We gave our opinions here. I think the whole thing was just like crazy. The way everything just happened. Him get thrown out. Did he embellish a little bit after? I don't think that guy like this does that to Jaylen Brown. But momentum and all that shit. So whatever.
I've seen more
but
egregious,
so as crazy as this is, that segues right into the next topic. And Maxx Crosby and the Baltimore Ravens. So Maxx Crosby and the Baltimore Ravens. That's how I'm gonna kind of start this discussion here. What happened? What do you really think happened? What do you think was it? Did the Ravens get cold feet? Did they? What do you think, Andrew? Give me opinions there.
I don't know if it was cold feet. I think it was they couldn't have known, right, or just didn't think they were going to be able to sign Trey Hendrickson to the deal that they got him to, right? Because even those first couple of days of the legal tampering that the NFL does, there was rumors going out there that Trey Hendrickson's market wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
Right.
So I think they thought his market was going to be higher. So they said, all right, instead of paying out the nose for him, we have this deal we can make with the Raiders to get a guy like Maxx Crosby. And so they did that. Then they realized, wait a second, and this is why I kind of hate the NFL's legal tampering. It should just be, hey, this league year just started on the Monday.
Right.
The same stuff is happening. Like,
right.
just start it on the Monday.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Because now what happens is, and maybe this is like one of those unwritten rules because you never really hear about this happening, is the Ravens were now seeing after a day and a half that Trey Hendrickson's market wasn't what it was. They approached him, probably made a deal that they could get him at, and then said, "Oh, you know what? This physical doesn't look
we don't
too
like
good.
the physical.
I don't know. You know, either that, like, what are they going to say? Like, oh, we didn't realize his injury was that bad. No, you only had about 4 months to know that he was hurt. Like, so.
And apparently, other people are saying the injury ain't as, like, he's on a good timeline.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
They can't claim injury.
Right.
They knew he was hurt. They knew there was recovery.
Right,
He's on track for his recovery.
Right.
They just realized, hey, we can keep two first-round picks.
So I kind of get what you're saying here.
Yeah, honestly, man, I don't have a difference of opinion because I think that there were several doctors that reviewed his results. He had surgery, right? Like, he is on pace. He said he's ready to go. He said today that he's
this guy's listening to music during the show.
He said, I saw today that he said that he's 200% ready to go for when the season starts. There's no way he misses it. So for me, it looks like cold feet's not the way I look at it. I look at it like they said, oh my God, we can get Hendrickson here. He's not quite the player of Crosby, but he's pretty close. 17 and a half sacks 2 years ago. Like, when he's healthy, Hendrickson's a beast, you know? You get him a little bit cheaper and you get to keep your 2 first. I mean, I feel like they said, oh, look at this MRI, man. Oh, this is no good. We gotta avoid this. So that's how I think. That's what I think they did. You know?
I pretty much agree with both of you, in a way, in not a way, because I think it's super shady doing it. Super shady. Do you know where the GM from the Baltimore Ravens is? Where he's from, like where he was born and grew up?
No.
One of you guys want to look him up real quick while I'm talking? Just kind of look
I'm
at
afraid to touch my phone.
Okay, your phone's gonna just look up I know where it is, but I just want you to see it. So to me, yeah, they're shady. We all know what happened, but I think that you're 100% right. There's rumors that you see where he's from?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it.
Some time. Mass.
He's look at the last name.
DaCosta.
DaCosta.
You see what he looks like?
He's a Portuguese. Shady. It was shady, his dealings. But
he looks like a guy I don't trust either.
Yeah, right.
He just.
But
this is a tough one.
But what I'm saying is, they're shady. It's almost that thing where if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Right.
You're right. Oh shit, we can get Trey Hendrickson, and we don't have to give up those 2 picks. Let's do it all day, any day. They should have did it from the get-go. But when you look at it, is it shady? It's like the unwritten rules or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But I mean, I don't blame them.
They technically didn't break any rules.
Any.
Which is why this whole legal tampering thing
Right.
For
you get until that day. None of them deals become official until that
Which,
day.
You know what? Hey, I don't care. Not just because I can't stand the Baltimore Ravens or their fans. Hey, karma's going to come back for him. I'm telling you right now.
With
and I'm not wishing injury on anybody. But Hendrickson's either going to get hurt. They're not going to win. Me. Something's going to happen. This is not going to work out for
He's
them
probably been more injury prone than Crosby, right?
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Crosby's in it's very rare you get an edge guy who plays every snap like Crosby. And Hendrickson's been hurt, and he's older. He's 30 or 31.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
So it's not like it's a no-brainer parallel. You're taking some risk, but I mean, getting the first-round picks, it's worth that risk, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely feel Crosby. I wouldn't have given the 2 first rounders. I thought that was crazy to give up those 2 first rounders for him, anyway. But it's the Rams deal. They don't care. Like, the Rams will give up anything for any.
Before that trade, the Ravens had never given up a first-round pick.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
You know, but yeah, I think the NFL has to revisit this whole legal tampering thing. It just.
I'm glad you said that.
What's the point of it?
What was the word? Revisit? Is that the word? Okay, that brings us right into. I think the
I'm just
yeah,
doing my
you're just
part to
he's
help,
doing
you
it
know,
today.
push this,
Because what I
you know,
think,
conversation
you
along.
know, who I think needs to revisit something.
Oh Lord, what?
Whoever's in charge of Team USA baseball, you need to revisit the coach, the manager of that team. So that leads us right into the next topic because we're gonna talk a little World Baseball Classic.
They're in like
So the World Baseball Classic again. What do you guys? The question I don't really have question about the classic. The only thing I like to kind of judge and look at when I'm watching it and talking to people about it is who's the best team. Like who's gonna win. And so, what do you think? Who do you think's gonna win this thing?
I still think USA is going to win. I think they had a slip up. They're very fortunate to not have been eliminated. I still stand by it. I think that they're gonna, figure it out. They're very, very talented. I look at the roster, I'm like, man, this is such a deep team. They're so loaded, the pitching and the hit. Like they got everything. So I think they screwed up royally, almost risking being eliminated, but I still think ultimately they're gonna pull out. There's a few really awesome teams looking at the rosters, but I'm sticking with them. I'm sticking with them.
Go ahead. Oh, you want me? I'll go next. Yeah, because this guy.
I can talk.
So to me, it's funny because I couldn't believe the Rosa. And the worst part of the whole thing was the next day, I think he got interviewed and he says, "Oh, I misspoke."
Yeah,
I was like, "What? You screwed." I almost swore again. Jeez, you screwed up before the game even started with your lineup.
Yeah.
Never mind. Like, are you just not? So first of all, I think I just don't think they have enough pitching ultimately. But I think the Dominican Republic if they had a little bit more pitching, I think they'd win this thing. But I can't. I'm gonna go with the same team that won it last time, Japan. That guy is just he's like he has like a I don't know like a sprinkle dust over him, Otani right now. That like whatever he does is
no. You know who it is when it comes to WBC? Who's like the X factor for Japan is Masataka Yoshida. He becomes a different person.
This is a team that I remember when he was coming over. I remember Red Sox fans, Red Sox fans saying, "Wow."
Yeah, so I paid him like $19 million.
Yeah,
that team. Anyways, so I still the most talented team. I think it still comes down to I think Japan and USA. What's frustrating, and it's again, this is one of those things I think you don't when you come up these national tournaments, especially with the WBC, you don't look at it.
Even though, just so we're clear, your favorite team was Mexico. You were pulling Duran.
Yep.
Jaren Duran and Mexico. But once they lost, now okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
That's why. Yep. It was. Yep.
Duran, great player, man.
Yeah. Rich, I know. Rich Riccio would probably have Jaren Duran as the World Baseball Classic MVP, but no.
Sorry to stop you. I just.
But no. So I think USA is the most talented. I obviously showing what happened before the Italy game. The one person, actually, there's two people who can hold him back. And that's Mark DeRosa and Aaron Judge. Listen, Aaron Judge is one of the most talented baseball players in the world. I don't want him anywhere near the plate with the game on the line.
Clutch, right? Yeah.
He's just not. Go look at his Yankee games and everything. I'm sure he has game-winning hits. I'm sure I can find him somewhere if I dig hard enough. But, you can't come up in that situation against Italy, who is filled, honestly. And Kyle Alfonso, he made a comment on one of our posts that he was, they have a lot of Major League Baseball players that they recruited this year. So they were a team I think that surprised people because I don't know how many people paid attention to that. But still, you should have beat them. And their starter wasn't going to change. But to like what you said, right? I don't care what Mark DeRosa says. The way he handled that lineup,
just. But then at the end,
and Mad Dog Russo goes, "Well, they have all stars at every position." I'm sorry, Paul Goldschmidt 6 years ago would make a difference. Yeah. But if you're gonna tell me that Paul Goldschmidt and Bryce Harper are the same player today, you're out of your mind. Like you can't say you're trying to win a game or that you don't know, but then you put and even that. So you put Paul Goldschmidt in there. Even if, say, you realize, I already told Paul he's going to start 4 innings, 5 innings into this game.
And once you see
you
what's
put
going on,
Harper in.
fuck yeah.
Like you,
Oh.
so it just.
Sorry.
So, anyways, I think DeRosa is again. He's a good analyst on MLB The Network. He was a good player, but man, even if you look at the 1 year that the Americans won, Jim Leland was the manager.
Yeah.
He was an actual former manager.
Right.
So
and it just, and it's not just him. Whatever that whole coaching staff, like even Little League, man, you go before the game, you go over the shit with your coaches.
Yeah, right.
You know, none of them knew that this could happen.
Now, listen, in their defense, the World Baseball Classic, which, again,
rules or whatever.
The
it doesn't matter though. You need to know.
You need to know.
You're going into that game.
There has to be a less complicated way.
Granted, but you, as the manager of that team, hey, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
If we win, if we lose, do we have to win by 3?
It's
whatever the rules are.
Honestly, it's a bad look. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing ain't the word.
You literally almost got knocked out because you were just weren't paying enough. You were stupid with the rules. Like I was just trying to be nice about it, but you know,
I'm the bad guy.
You know, but it was just because if I gotta console myself because
I know how you go.
I was so mad the other day.
No, it's true. How do you? And then, like I say that with most shit that these things that happen, just admit it. Oh man, we messed up.
Well,
you know, we
can
really
say something other than you misspoke. When you misspeak, right? That's when you clearly like I don't know. I said John instead of Jim.
Yeah,
like, that's a misspeak.
Yeah, no,
not. Well, since we already punched our ticket to the quarterfinals, there's nothing. You can't like get around that.
Oh, he says obviously I knew.
I can't. No.
I don't know, man.
You look worse rather than just being like, "Yep, we screwed up." And
thank God it didn't burn us.
Right, exactly.
Right.
But one thing I did want to say though is this WBC though I will say has been entertaining in that I think even more so than I thought because there was a team I've mentioned before like Australia and they almost advanced.
Yeah.
They were playing Korea and they were close to winning that game. They were actually they were losing the game. But into the 9th inning, they were 3 outs away from advancing and
because
Korea out
because of whatever the tiebreaker.
It was like 6-2, and that's what they needed.
Right.
But then Korea scored an extra run to make it 7-2.
Right. So
that's what
let me just ask you a quick question.
You could have had Canada, Australia, and Italy advance into the quarterfinals, and not Colombia, Panama, South Korea, Chinese Taipei, like all these other things.
Let me ask this question before we finish this topic to both you. Answer real quick so we can kind of keep this moving because. We are trying to make this short as we can, but we'll do our best here. Some people like to talk. Not me personally. I don't like to talk. Would you guys think? No. See, I agree. And
never likes to talk.
So, at the Whalen City meetings, you wouldn't know. I'm kind of not allowed to talk at the meetings. They try as little as to allow me to talk.
We try to let Jimmy talk only when he has to. Right. And if anything, he goes last, so everyone else gets their stuff in. So that way, we're all paying attention.
Right. Hey, and speaking of Whalen City Youth Baseball League, they got their we got our signups.
Yep.
Right.
Going on.
Live right now.
Yep. T-ball
instructional. Anybody has any questions? Reach out to one of us.
Yep.
Signups online. If you go to WhalenCityYouthBaseball.com, there's a link there. Find us on Facebook. I believe you can somehow get to our link. But anybody ages 4 to 12, any kind of baseball, come talk to us. Whalen City Youth Baseball League. Love that place. But before we finish, just a quick final hit on this. Do you think, especially, we talked about the question before, but I got to rephrase it because of something he said. Especially in the big country, the good countries, the better teams, the favorite teams. Do you guys think, because it's different, do you guys think the players care about the World Baseball Classic? You know, is it, and the fans, I think the fans care because it's always country. But you think the players like, is it a real championship for them, or more of like an exhibition kind of? And I say that it makes a difference, and I reworded it, adding saying the favorites, because to that guy that you posted it actually, what was the electrician? The electrician
Oh yeah, from Czechia.
Czechia. Oh, we
Yeah.
love Czechia
Where's
now.
Czechia?
We love
Where's the Czech Republic?
Western Europe. I didn't forget. But you get what I'm saying? For those countries and those dudes, it means everything.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking USA, DR, Japan. How do you think they approach these games? You know what I'm saying? Meaning, how do they feel? You can hit this one first.
So I think it means a lot to most of the other countries, right? I think it means less to the U.S. Not saying it doesn't matter, right? Like I think this just proof. These guys, the USA lost to Japan, Otani versus Trout, last at bat, right? This time around, a lot of the best players in the U.S. were like, "Hey, like that shit ain't happening again. We got to get together. We know we're better. We just all have to be on the same team to win."
Right.
So I think it matters to all of them. The hard part, I can either add on to that or I can wait till after you guys talk, because there's a part of that I think I would improve it. But
I mean, go ahead, just say it now.
it's just the timing of it. Right?
When it's played.
Yes.
Okay.
So they need to do, I think, more like hockey has to deal with when the Olympics come around.
In the middle?
Right? Or like the World Cup when it's in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I mean, soccer's kind of over by the time the World Cup happens, but it needs to happen. If every 4 years you don't have an All-Star game, but you have a WBC, right? Because now the players are warmed up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any of this stuff, like to your point with Dominican Republic. Brian Bale left the team. He's back with the Red Sox. And he said it's because for the rest of the lead up to the season, he didn't think he was going to get enough innings with the DR.
Right.
So he's back with the Red Sox to get some more innings.
Right.
That doesn't happen if it's in the middle of, if it's in June or July.
Right.
If every
That makes
4
sense.
years you don't have an All-Star game, right? Or, you kind of do your All-Star game and then leads up to the WBC.
And do a break in the middle. Yeah, do a break. Yeah.
I mean, it's like a 2-week break, right? I'm sure they could make the schedule work. And
I think it's stupid, honestly.
we do it now in March. None of these guys are ready to. None of these guys are ready to play. What did you say?
I said I think it's stupid. What a dumb idea. I just want to argue, right?
No, I mean, you're right. Like, you're doing it in March. They haven't played. They're going in kind of cold. It's like the preseason for the actual MLB season.
But what do you think? You think these guys care? You think the fan maybe hit the fans? You think?
I think the players. I think they care, and I think that the fans probably care. This is more of a World Series than in Major League Baseball.
Oh, technically,
right? Because
technically,
it's less players and it's the best from each country, but like it's more of the globe. It's more of the world competing to represent their country.
I just start laughing. Right. I just start laughing because the way I heard some of like the rules on how you could play for the country. Do you think they all like saw birth certificates? Because it's like your parents.
They kind of had to expand it a little bit. But that's why when you were like, I didn't know the Netherlands played baseball.
Yeah,
and it's like,
they don't.
Because you have associations.
It's like Dante Bichette. You see Dante Bichette?
Yeah.
Kid?
Or like
have you seen him?
Xander Bogaerts.
Have you seen Dante Bichette's kid?
Yes.
He plays for Brazil.
Yeah,
have you seen him?
No,
not Bo. Dante Bichette Jr.
Dante played in the
Jr. Plays for
Brazil.
So doesn't
Really?
Manny Ramirez's kid.
Yeah.
Played for Brazil. Dude, if you seen this dude, remember 6ix9ine, the rapper? That's what he reminded me of. I swear. Watch, look it up, guys. Look it up.
Yeah. Well, it's like Jazz Chisholm Jr. played for Great Britain.
Yeah, said they were going to watch out for Great.
Well, listen, but the thing is because he was able to play for Great Britain because it's like his grandparents or great grandparents or something like.
Yes,
they're kind of whatever, but
right.
I mean.
So technically, if you drove through the country, you could play.
If you spent the night there.
No, one night.
Listen, if you spent the night there and had
the rule is one night.
Maybe it means less than the players.
But in a way, though, I think to your point, though, I think that's what means why the players want to play it, though. Because if they didn't care, why would they try so hard to like? Oh, my grandfather.
Yeah, right. Of course, that makes sense
they want to
too.
Play in it,
I know.
It
is a great tournament. I enjoy it, to be honest. I don't watch. I've been watching USA. I kind of watch Dominican because of that lineup. Again, that lineup is just insane. So from one tournament to the next one, which is, everybody knows we're in March. March Madness is here, the NCAA tournament. NCAA tournament time is here. I like watching it. It's one of the I think it's one of the best things when you sit home all day watching these games. You got nothing to do, which I don't find many of those days anymore. With nothing to do,
but those first 2 days of the NCAA tournament,
amazing.
I'm not doing anything. Nope, not doing anything.
We spoke about the squares where every quarter you hit.
Yeah.
On every game, it's most of the time you don't even know because so many games going on.
Listen, I'm telling my wife I'm not doing anything those days anyways. Don't put anything on my list. I'm gonna probably tell the in-laws or have her tell the in-laws you got to pick up the kids from school. You know, it's
all right.
Nope.
So, who's your favorite? Let me hear it.
My favorite, I'm going with Duke, man. I think that they're due to come back and win. You know, I think that Cam Booz is a stud. I think it runs in their family, and I think it's going to be the first title.
Would you say runs in the family?
It does, man.
I don't. Did you see, like, they're twins?
Yeah, but I'm saying his dad, man.
Oh, the dad, okay. Because if you see those two twins, one of them ate, like, they steal the food from one of them.
The concession stand, probably?
No, they stole his food because one of them is little. Littler.
First title since Coach K. It's coming, man. Cam Booz is going to get it done.
Andrew.
I got to go with my Florida Gators. They're playing their best basketball. They've won 1 million games in a row. Okay, yes, I stopped counting how many games they've won. They just beat Kentucky. They were nice enough to let Kentucky back in towards the end. They ended up winning 71-63. But yeah, no, I think they're going to be able to pull it off, and we're going to see some more Gator Chomps at the end of the season.
Okay, so my pick is I like Duke. Honestly, I like Duke. I think that kid. I know everybody. I don't know if you guys know the local kid, the kid out of Brockton that's at BYU.
Yeah, DiBatanza.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it, so I'm glad we got you here again. He's this guy. I knew there was a reason. Always a reason.
Help with the segues and pronounce names.
That guy's he's projected kind of first pick so far. Him and kid Rob.
Honestly, there's
Robinson out of
Kansas.
There's
that guy. Yeah,
Robinson or Robinson.
I think there's a kid out of Arizona too, and then there's Boozer. But it's pretty much down to that kid from Kansas and DiBatanza.
I would take Boozer out of all of them. Honestly, I think that kid's a stud. But who do I want to win?
Yeah,
UConn.
God.
Hey, dude, I bought the furniture at Jordan's.
Listen.
I bought the furniture. If them and the girls win, I get free furniture.
That coach is psycho.
I don't care. I bought the furniture.
Ugh.
I get free furniture. Let's go, UConn.
I used to root for UConn, but now that coach,
I'm telling you,
he's warring on me.
I don't care. I bought the shit. I bought the shit.
I would have loved to see him go to the Lakers.
Real quick,
it would have been such a shit show. Oh my god.
Real quick, overrated. Any overrated teams?
Yeah, Miami, Ohio, man.
I know they lost to UMass.
And I love them.
UMass.
Good for them being undefeated for that long, but I mean, come on.
UMass.
You got to think they're not a real team.
The Minutemen. Anybody? I was gonna say Florida personally. I always gotta give him shit. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry, bud.
When they win, then just expect a video of me.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They do play well towards the end of the year.
It's been a long time since the last one, right?
Yeah,
no, it's tough.
Before that, was it all the way back to like when Al Horford played? Remember those teams?
Yeah.
So
that's back when they won. They won the football. They won the football championship and then the
Tebow
basketball championship. Yeah.
Tebow and shit.
It was a great time to be a Florida Gator, but obviously behind the scenes, we didn't know how much of a crap show that football team was behind the scenes. But that's a conversation for another day.
All right,
I'll take a title, but yeah, I'm going to say Miami, Ohio. They lost. They have that one loss, right? It's the conference they're in. I just you just can't see them when they get into the tournament. I mean, any team can make a run.
Right.
I just don't think that
you got to beat like good teams night in and night out. It gets difficult.
I would love to say Duke's. I would love to say Duke's overrated.
That's why they're always That's why they're always sleepers because they're not. The Dukes of the world and them teams play those games already night in and night out throughout the season most of the time. When you come from mid majors, you're not. Right. You might get one. And then another one, not that consistent, but we'll see. So, moving on. Next thing we're gonna start. we like to call it quick hits.
Quick hits.
Quick hit section coming. All right, next section here, $1 million shot. I posted it on face. I think I did it all. I might have put it everywhere on all our social medias. So $1 million shot. And what I'm calling this is game on the line, 3-pointer decides you winning $1 million. Who's taking the shot?
Steph Curry, man.
Steph Curry.
Biggest shot.
You-
Let it be the best shooter.
Ryan,
It's the shot.
Ryan,
I'm
Ryan,
sorry. I'm
Ryan,
sorry.
Ryan. How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 37 on Sunday.
37. Wow.
He's
Is
old
he-
enough to know
is
the
he
story.
not-
of
I
Larry
know.
Bird.
Is he
I-
not?
like-
I
I-
love
I-
me some Larry Bird. I don't want to keep
there's a
it-
difference.
Listen,
There's a difference. It says clutch.
I get it.
All right,
I get it.
sir.
Oh, Larry Legend. There's
Yeah.
just no the way. I think that we're at that point though now, because even listen, Matt Wade, buddy, same thing. He said either Ray or Steph. It's Larry. Anyone in this area doesn't say Larry,
Hey, man.
you're out of your mind.
I'm just saying, when Steph Curry, in game, all-time leader in 3-pointers, is Steph Curry clutch?
Man, I was at Game 6 when we didn't win, and I was sitting there depressed, and
Yeah.
I watched that guy, and he looks like he.
I know, but
is a
I'm
video
saying
game.
clutch
I think
shot.
I think
That-
so. I know we don't have the video to show like him making
he's
a bunch
hit,
of clutch
hit some
ones.
clutch shots.
But,
I don't know
like,
if I would say he
granted,
was
when you're-
clutch. but
Right,
when you're the
Larry
best-
Bird was.
Would he
was
be
clutch.
able to do like again? Because you even have Dan Shaughnessy when he used to cover the Celtics, and he showed up to practice, right? And he was like chirping at Larry, and then Larry said, "Oh yeah, let's go free throws." And
Right.
I think Larry
And
beat him
there's-
left-handed.
And there's
Like, I don't-
others to consider.
Why wasn't Andre Iguodala on the list?
No. You know who wasn't?
Iguodala.
You know who wasn't on the one I put, and I regretted when I added some players. And you're doing this, and sometimes you forget somebody. Reggie Miller.
He wasn't on that.
No.
He wasn't on the one I
looking at
put.
it right
Yeah,
now.
He's
You know what's
he's a great
weird though
one,
is
too.
Allen Iverson's on here.
I know.
The clutch thing, I get it. I get
Right,
the
and
clutch
that's where
thing,
I went
but
with him, and he does have 3-point. Like he's hit
Yeah,
a
but-
bunch, But I definitely should have added
He's one of
Reggie
the
Miller.
who's going to break
'Cause-
the most ankles.
Because if
I
you're
think
gonna
Allen
go
Iverson.
next after Bird, for me, Reggie Miller, Ray, because Bird is my guy. What about how
Damian
about
Lillard?
Dame time?
It's a good list, man.
Right,
There's-
right.
So that's what I will say. So my buddy Matt joked about this, but you know who deserves on this list? If we're talking about one shot to win it all,
Pritchett.
Robert Horry.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Hey, somebody.
One guy.
somebody
that was
commented.
Matt Wade.
Okay,
So he
right.
was
Somebody
joking- he was
commented.
joking- He was
I
joking
get it.
about it. But when you look at how many
I get it.
game-winning shots, now, would Robert Horry be a starting five? No.
No.
But if you look at you, put
Doesn't
him in
he
the
have
corner
like a ridiculous amount of championships too?
with the Spurs? Yeah, I think he had like 2 game-winning threes.
No, but I'm saying total.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because I think yeah.
He played for
has-
like the.
he has like 4 or
I
5
think
championships.
more than that. He might have 7.
I don't know.
Look how many.
See, for me,
Because he played for the Spurs, the
He
Lakers,
does.
and the Rockets. I think he
I
was
think he
on
has
all
7.
those.
Corey,
on-
I think he has
yeah.
7. I think he does.
He has he's one of the most ever.
For me, man, it's if I don't go off historic stuff. If it's me, I want the best shooter taking the shot, and I think that's Curry.
I would have to disagree, and it's funny because that's why I asked
Yeah,
you.
7 championships.
Yeah, I told you
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
played on those
The
Lakers.
Houston team 94, 95.
Yes,
We
yeah,
should
he was-
disagree. We
he
should
was-
disagree,
yeah.
but
But what's funny is there's a line and I don't know where it is.
So he holds. So Robert Horry, it says. So say here. He held the record for most 3-pointers made in a finals game without a miss.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Well,
that's,
hey,
that's pretty good.
Robert Horry.
All right,
Who
give me
was
Robert
that?
Horry, then.
Who was that said Robert Horry? I'm not taking Robert
Yeah,
Horry. So I'll
yeah.
take Larry Bird.
No, I'm still taking Larry
Right.
Bird.
But,
you know,
there's like a line of people who, and I call it the
Who went from
LeBron.
the old
No, I
school
call
to
it the
the new school.
LeBron Curry
I get what
and
you're
the
saying.
Jordan. You know what I'm
I
saying?
you're saying.
Yeah.
And I put Kobe with Jordan.
I put Kobe ahead of LeBron all day.
Me too. But I put
He's my
him.
number 2.
But I
love
put
him.
him. I put Kobe in the Jordan, like in that.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
I think
I don't know, man. Curry just looks when you watch him.
Yeah, no
play,
doubt.
It's just nuts to watch.
all-time
Yeah, but
great.
He just flicks it from
I
anywhere.
know,
All-time
Larry,
great.
Larry just it's that.
I get it.
It's
I've
that
watched
a
lot of
mentality.
them.
All-time
I know,
great.
it's just
Dude
that
was a super.
average
I had-
like, then
I
he
love
shows up to
and
the
he was
3-point
a-
contest and
and
he's
he
still
was-
just in his warm
yeah,
up and he's just
and he
like,
was the-
I get it. I
He
get
was
it.
the
Oh,
biggest
I
shit
can't.
talker out
I
of.
get it.
Right.
They say it
So
anyway.
if I have all that money on the line and I gotta pick one dude, I'm just going with Larry.
And he has the best nickname ever.
Yeah.
You know the nickname? You know his nickname, right? Not Larry Legend.
Not Larry
His
Bird.
original nickname. the hick from French Lick.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. The hick from French
Travis
Lick.
Lick.
Oh,
He's
all right,
from
maybe
French
I think
Lick.
that's really
He's
good.
from French Lick, Indiana.
Oh,
So,
I
and
knew he was from
yeah,
Indiana.
yeah,
Travis
he's
Lick, though,
the,
huh?
So-
the hick from
Oh,
French.
okay.
You never seen the whole story how he was supposed to go play for Bob Knight, the legendary coach at Indiana.
Nah, man, I'm young.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I'm just
you
kidding.
know who Bob Knight is?
Yeah, of
From
course.
he was supposed to go play for him, and something
his
happened, and he went
That's
to
awesome.
Indiana State. That's
Oh.
where Bird played. You know what I mean? He
Mhm,
didn't end
yeah.
up going to Bob Knight. I forget what the thing was, but let's move on.
Yeah,
Dude. I told you I don't like to talk a lot.
Nah, I got
We
you.
gotta-
I know, Ryan, we're talking too much.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All right, now little quick opinion, and I want to read this before you guys even say anything. Beat Rose debate.
Yeah.
And what sucks is the poor guy died.
Right.
Before I'll give you my opinion straight out. Before the MLB, whoever it is, like took their head out of their ass, and they never let this guy in.
Right.
So a stat and I put it up because when I read this, a player could get a hit in all 162 games of a season for 26 straight seasons and still be 44 hits shy of how many hits Pete Rose has.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
insane.
That's crazy.
and the guy is not in the Hall of Fame because
insane.
he all right, he bet on the team 30 years ago, whatever it was
but that's the
already.
thing with Pete Rose, right? So, again, this is a baseball thing, so if I go first, it might be a while. But
Don't be a wild guy.
listen, he bet when he was a manager, not even a player, right? So baseball could have easily been like, hey, yeah, we're gonna put you in, but we're gonna specify like player Pete Rose, not manager
right,
Pete
okay.
Rose, right?
Yeah.
They could have easily done that, or put an asterisk. They didn't want to do that because the people in baseball for years are all high and mighty and whatever.
Oh yeah, they're high and mighty.
Oh yeah, but the other thing too is when he was a manager and he always bet for his team to win.
Yeah.
He never
Every
bet on
single
his
one.
team to lose.
Yeah, every single one.
Yep.
So like I get it was against the rules at the
Right,
time,
100%.
until even recently, right? Even all the sports until recently,
Right.
gambling was
Right. As a player, though, you can't still,
Right,
regardless.
but-
Right.
he was like you said, he was so good as a player. Defensively, he's known for his hits, right? But he was still just an all-around great player that he deserves to be in that Hall of Fame. And the fact that they didn't do it before he passed away is just, it's honestly a crime. And that, honestly, we could probably do a segment on Hall of Fames and how they're watered down and some of how they view him now.
Yeah,
it's
what
just-
they did to him,
Because
and
honestly,
Travis,
politics aside,
horrible.
Kurt Schilling's another guy who's getting screwed over. Like they're just
because they don't
the
like
Hall
him.
of Fame is
Yeah.
just so stupid and this
Agreed.
clause of
See what
like
happened to
being a
Belichick
good
this year.
person.
Yeah, right. What do you think?
At what point do you?
What do you think?
I don't have much to add. I agree with him.
Same shit.
Pete Rose, superstar, man. Like it's sad that the guy didn't get to see himself get into the Hall of Fame when
Yeah.
he was as great as
And
he
that's
was.
the biggest.
Sad.
And that's the biggest problem because all of them, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, all of them, Sammy Sosa. I was never a big fan of Sammy Sosa. I don't know why, but they all should be in the Hall of Fame. And I only say that because okay, you punish him for what happened, granted, but after a certain amount of time. Go back throughout the history of any sport, regardless of it's baseball, the one we're talking about. People were doing stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, then, always.
Well, that's the thing with the hitters too. The
And-
hitters are getting screwed, but the pitchers were using steroids just as
No
much as
shit.
the hitters. So if it's a steroid pitcher against a steroid hitter,
Right.
And what
Like,
sucks
what
is
are we
and what
talking about,
sucks
right?
is why are we picking 3 or 4 guys when clearly everyone was doing it.
Right. just because guys ended up not getting caught, and even that. So if guys were juicing
Well,
and still couldn't perform well,
My favorite
that
guy.
still means the guys who were
my
juicing and
fav-
performing well
did
were
it?
still better.
Didn't my
Right.
favorite
100%.
Red Sox player ever kind of get caught
With David Ortiz.
and is in the Hall of Fame?
Well,
Uh,
he.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know.
But to your point, though, right? But I mean,
He had a great
he was
speech,
caught
man.
only because listen, he was caught only because people
This
leaked his name. But
Yeah.
the two guys who have the worst argument about getting in the Hall of Fame is Manny Ramirez and Alex Rodriguez, because they got busted after all this. Manny tested positive, I think, when he was on the Rays.
Man, he was.
And then A-Rod, I think, even tested positive.
I don't-
Had an issue
with-
when he was
yeah.
with the Yankees like, later in his career.
But you're gonna
But-
tell me that Manny Ramirez and
I think they both.
oh my
belong
God,
in.
it's not even a question. It's
Yeah.
not even a question, dude.
Yep.
Manny Ramirez, we could do a whole segment on that guy because
Manny
I
Ramirez.
loved Manny, dude.
Yeah,
The best one
it was
ever.
entertaining.
The
Yeah,
best
it
one
was.
ever was the cutoff. The Johnny
Oh,
Day.
God.
Man, it's
Cutting off the
awesome.
cutoff.
Dude, yeah, there was one. I forget who it was against. With he's playing left, and the ball's hit literally halfway up the Green Monster,
Yeah.
and he jumps and hits the
Yeah.
wall. Like,
It's not even close.
yeah, not even close enough. And then he goes to the bathroom.
In the
Yeah,
Green
he
Monster.
did.
Yeah, he's just.
Where's
Manny
Manny? Hey,
was-
hold on, we don't have a left
Yeah.
fielder. He's taking a shit
Manny was
in the back.
Manny was something else. He was something else.
We loved him. We loved him. I know I did.
Yeah,
That was like
Yeah.
when they signed him. Remember when the
Oh,
Red
that
Sox
was
signed
massive.
Manny? It was like,
I
oh
was
my God.
I was so excited when they signed
All
him.
right.
And then,
Last little topic here, something kind of cool. Most hated rival player ever. I won't say Boston because you're a fan of a team that's not, so you could pick, an Eagles guy or one of your other teams. That's why I
Right.
didn't say rival of Boston. So
Yeah.
just like your biggest rival that like you've hated the most. Which player have you hated the most ever?
I could probably go with a Yankee, but there's just too many to count.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I just couldn't pick one.
A-Rod, Boone,
Um,
Bucky Dent.
Not even, yeah. I mean, you
Johnny
go back
Damon.
to Bucky
I
Dent,
hate
Scott
Johnny
Brocious,
Damon.
Paul
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yeah.
Tino Martinez, like
Yes,
those guys.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
look at them and I go, "You look like an a-hole."
You know what's funny? Not to change, because I want to get
Yeah,
through
yeah.
this quick. How come nobody ever says Derek Jeter? As far like hating Derek.
Oh, I
Jeter.
hate Derek Jeter.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
Okay.
he was another
See,
one.
I
Derek
never
Jeter
like.
wasn't that guy that when you looked at you hated, right? He just didn't
Yeah.
have that look, right?
Yeah, I never
Well,
hated Derek Jeter.
Oh, I did.
I
He
didn't.
was such a
I don't know
thorn.
why. Like there's certain guys that they just carry the way they carry. It's like Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Celtics fan, and you gotta hate.
Oh, I hated Kobe.
I never hated him.
I hated him.
I
love
didn't.
Kobe.
I appreciate him now later in his career.
Right. Same for
I don't
Jeter,
hate him
probably.
anymore
Right. Same
because-
for
right,
Jeter,
same thing with
probably.
Jeter.
Right.
But
Right.
when you
Okay.
think about when you ask me to hate, like what, it's like
Yeah.
I'm playing this team, and he's always a thorn in my side.
Yeah.
He could be in the biggest slump of his career. Derek Jeter is going to find a way to
Yeah,
poke a hit
right,
to right
right,
field. Kobe could have one leg.
Yeah, and
He's going to drop 40
right.
on you.
I
if he-
just,
you know?
I like almost admired them. Those
Yeah.
particular, because I just thought they were like,
Great.
oh,
Yeah.
you know.
I respect
So-
Eagles,
Right,
man.
right.
Those-
I would say my real answer again, because I can't just pick one Yankee. It's just anyone in pinstripes. So I don't wear pinstripes. I refuse. None of my teams will
Oh,
ever have
no
pinstripes.
shit.
Never.
No
I do not have
shit.
pinstripes. I don't care
That's
what
pretty
it looks like.
cool.
Pinstripes.
That's pretty cool.
When I was going to college, I got something from St. John's University. Before I didn't even open it up. I ripped it. My mom yelled at me, "What are you doing?" That's New York. I'm not going. Nope. But it would be Eli Manning.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I can't.
If I touched on the Patriots,
I
that's
get it.
2 hours.
If you
I
think
get
about
it.
of all the athletes
How
that I
can
could
you-
absolutely hate,
I get it.
it's Eli Manning
I
because he
get
has
it.
2 Super Bowls. And
That
it's like,
should have been
and he's not a Hall of Famer in my book. I'm sorry, but he's not a Hall of Famer. But yeah, he has 2 Super Bowls.
right.
Crazy.
I get it. I get it. Listen, you're.
I got like as an Eagles guy, right? Like I was trying to come up with the guy I hate. It's interesting because I don't like the Cowboys at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I hate Jerry Jones more than any of them, than the players specifically.
that's
you
your
Jerry
know?
guy?
Jones to you is probably
It-
George Steinbrenner to me.
It would be Jerry Jones of all of them. If I had to pick a player, he didn't do anything relevant to prevent us from winning a Super Bowl. He didn't win a Super Bowl. I just hated watching Ezekiel Elliott play. I just didn't like
No
him.
shit. Okay.
I was annoyed when he was always, doing the whole
Yeah,
thing.
right.
But like the old school guys like Aikman and
Right.
Emmitt Smith, I respected them. They were great. They won.
Mm.
But like I just Cowboys, Jerry Jones, get him out of my life, man. I want to hear about your team every year. How great it's are. Yeah, we're gonna win. You haven't won
Yeah.
since 1996.
We're America's team. We haven't
Yeah.
won since the mid '90s.
30 years,
yeah,
man.
right.
Oh, I love it.
1996.
Cowboy
Get out of
bashing.
here. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. Oh, I
Let's
didn't
go.
mean this guy.
All right. So me is a little different when I think about this because, again, I go down the list and say, like, Yankees, I could name so many. As a Patriots fan, you know I always hated as a Patriots fan? Peyton Manning. I always hated Peyton Manning. Now I love the guy. I think he's like,
You want to know why?
He's
you know why
hilarious.
I've never really hated Peyton Manning.
I did.
No, I know. But you want to know why? I thought about it. But you want to know why I don't hate Peyton
He
Manning?
didn't really beat you.
Because we owned him for
Yeah,
so long.
he's not my pick. He's
Yeah.
not my pick.
No,
my
no.
pick
Eli
is
makes more sense.
my pick is 100%. My pick is like different. And when I said like my hated rival, And it's like for a different reason. Back, I think I told you guys I used to be a wicked. Bruins were my shit. Bruins were my team. I loved them, and my favorite Bruin ever is Cam Neely.
Yep.
My favorite Bruin ever. He's the president now, and I'm not too crazy about his job he's doing there now, regardless. But I don't know if you got Ulf Samuelsson. So Ulf Samuelsson is the dude that pretty much ended Cam Neely's career.
Yep.
Like he gave him a cheap shot to start all the knee shit that he had. Neely was out for a while, and then what was the best thing ever? Neely. That's why I like the guy. He would kick anybody's ass, dude, and score 50 goals.
Right.
Nobody you wouldn't fuck with Cam Neely. He would kick your ass, dude, and he would score 50 goals a year. It was awesome. And this dude came. He was a defenseman for the. I think he was on the Penguins at the time. Yeah, when he did it, and we had that little rivalry going, and. He got him in the knee, injured him. I think he went out for the year, that first year, came back at some point in the following year. And the first time he played him, dude, Neely fucking went after. Oh, man, I said it. Neely went after him. He went after him, dude. And what's weird is I'm not sure. Ulf Samuelsson had a couple other similar incidents happened with other people. You know, where that kind of dude. And so he's my most hated, right? He ruined like my guy.
I thought this when you mentioned the Bruins, I was like,
I know that was my guy. Another one. In between you and me, when I say, because I've hated now a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But back then I hated again, Bruins, that goes to show like Claude Lemieux. Who Claude Lemieux, I think he's the guy that he's like Marchand was more. He ain't so much now. He's that guy that you love to have on your team. But when you face him, Bruins fans, chime in. Who likes Claude Lemieux? Yeah. And they'll tell you. I mean, it's just natural. You know what I'm saying? So, that's about it I had for this week, guys. I want to again shout out to the people. Please follow us. Chime in topics. If you guys know anyone who wants us to go by their spot, we'll advertise their spot. They can basically sponsor a show. If they want us in there, we'll set up, we like to, usually we do filming a little bit after work hours. So most places are open during the day. We'll get it done. You guys got anything?
I actually do. I have one thing I wanted to touch on, I'll do it quickly because we could talk about it for longer, but.
Well, your name's not Jimmy, so I trust it's quicker.
it will be quicker. So, and it's not Boston related, but congratulations to Bam Adebayo this week.
Oh,
congratulations!
We should have spent a little time on it. Maybe next week.
If we want to touch more on it, we can.
Yeah.
I congrats, passing Kobe. Great, 83 points. The way he got there, I wasn't a fan of. I mean, we can save it for another day.
Yeah. I think we're better off saving it for another day.
Yeah.
But definitely a congrats to Bam Adebayo. Yeah. And there is one thing before we leave. You got anything to say?
Dude, go USA. Please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up. So let's go. Let's kick Canada's ass for a third time. And let's bring home the title. Let's go.
All right. So what I want to say at the end, I don't remember the kid's name, man. And I just remembered this right now. I didn't even have time to go look up the kid's name. But what an amazing it goes to show what sports in general does sometimes.
Yeah.
And how important it could be. So I'm sure you saw it once. The kid whose dad and mom, I think, and grandfather and the one that the shooting in Rhode Island. A couple month ago, whatever.
Dad went crazy.
You remember the guy who killed himself, ended up killing himself, and so they were there watching the guy who killed himself and the other people,
family, whatever,
and his ex-wife, I think it is. They were there watching their son playing hockey, and he just, I guess, whatever happened, lost his mind and just killed his family, basically.
Yep.
Dude, the kid, the son who's alive when all his family died, they all died in that day. They just played to make it to the semifinals or to go to the finals.
So they were in the semifinals.
In the double overtime, bro. He scores the game-winning goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was like
awesome.
it gave me goosebumps when I saw
awesome.
that. It was like, but that's why I say sport. Like the kid, you should have seen him.
No, I know. I saw the celebration.
And it's
insane.
like,
you just think about like the emotion he was feeling at that time, right? And just what going to a hockey rink, because it wasn't like that was that long ago. What, a month ago?
yeah, that's
Right?
what I'm saying.
So, like,
yeah.
Every time for him to go to a hockey rink,
Yeah.
what he must kind of, because we all have that moment in our lives where we see something and it brings back stuff. So for him to do that in that moment, that's why I love sports.
Yeah,
because you never know what's
and
gonna
it goes
happen,
to show you, it goes to show you guys what sports can do for anybody. That's why we discuss it. Again, thank you 508. Thank you, Keller Williams, Southwood Tupper, and the Legacy Group, Attorney Joseph Grimaldi. Thank you guys for being here with me.
Fun as always.
And 508, we'll see you next week.